Welcome back to Great Day Live here at Northeast Christian Church on Brownsville Road alongside Pastor Tamara Brown. We've been talking about all the different partnerships with the schools, all that you all are doing there, but most recently we were talking about partnership with Supplies Overseas, or SOS, but we also know that your volunteers and your team members are really hands-on, and in particular hands-on with a partnership with Kentucky Refugee Ministries. Can you talk more about that partnership and tell us why it was important to partner with that organization?
Well, when we formed the Love the Ville movement 4 years ago, it was really on the heart of our staff to serve immigrants and refugees and asylum seekers. And so as we started looking around our community, we felt like Kentucky Refugee Ministries was doing a great job at that. So that's how our partnership began, because we really believe in Matthew 25, that Jesus calls us to serve the least of these. And we want to welcome people to the United States. We want to welcome them to Louisville and to know that they are accepted here. And they're fleeing so much persecution and so much trauma that we really can't imagine. And so just to meet them at the airport and welcome families. And so that's really how we work with Kentucky Refugee Ministries, is we co-sponsor families and we welcome them at the airport and then walk with them for 3 months. So we help set up housing, we provide food assistance, clothing assistance, and it's just amazing to watch them start to thrive.
I'm glad that you pointed that out, because you're not just the welcome wagon. You're on the ground facilitating the transitions here.
Yes, we are. And Kentucky Refugee Ministries does a great job at also helping kids, we were talking about schools, purchase school supplies, and they get them acclimated, right, on how to use transportation and so forth. And so our volunteers come alongside Kentucky Refugee Ministries and make sure the family is set up just to thrive here in our city, right? We don't want anyone to flee persecution and to come here to Louisville and not be set up well, and just to continue to feel like they don't have purpose, right? So it's wonderful to watch these families come to Louisville to find jobs, to make a difference in this city. And we have refugee families who are making a difference right here in our city.
The difficult thing, nobody wants to bring down the room, but we're all conscious about what's happening in the world, specifically in Afghanistan. We've all seen those images, and I would argue we've all been affected by them in some way. I know you have. I know it was difficult for you to see. When it comes to refugees coming out of Afghanistan, how is Northeast Christian, or Northeast Christian in relationship to its partners, prepared to help?
So Maha Kolkol, who's been on the show before, called us and said, we have 3 families from Afghanistan who are preparing to arrive in Louisville. Would you be willing to co-sponsor them? And we said, absolutely. So right now we are forming a team that may be the first team to welcome an Afghan family here to Louisville. And so we are really excited about that. And they come under a special visa. It's called the Special Immigration Visa, where they will be protected once they are here in Louisville. But we want to come alongside Kentucky Refugee Ministries and welcome these families from Afghanistan.
Some people watching might hear that and say, that's great that they're doing that. I really appreciate that. But what does it actually look like tomorrow? Because, you know, people might have the image of a refugee getting off a plane saying, I'm so happy to be here, great, let's start my new life. But it's not that easy. I mean, it's a difficult transition.
It is, and so Kentucky Refugee Ministries, they have wraparound services, but we help with those. So when we meet them at the airport, we have already prepared an apartment for them to go to. So we have received furniture, and a lot of that is donated by our church members. And so we set up the entire apartment.